You're watching Around the Base Sport on YouTube, powered by StreamYard. Please like and subscribe. And here are your hosts.
I'm Amon.
I'm Drew.
I'm Jack.
And I'm Jesse. And together, we are
Around.
Duh.
Hey.
four. We have a great show for you lined up today. So let's get right into it. First, in the MLB, we have history tonight as we have the first female umpire. She's going to be starting tonight. Amon, you probably have more details
Yeah.
than I do.
I forgot the name's not coming too, but she will make her debut this Saturday with the Marlins and the Braves.
Saturday?
Yeah, this weekend.
Yeah. Her name's Jen Powell. She's set to become the first woman to umpire an MLB game this upcoming Saturday, with between the matchup being the Miami Marlins and the Atlanta Braves.
And who knows? Maybe she might be the most accurate umpire that we will see in this MLB. It might teach the other umpires that are making bad calls.
I've given up on umpires making good calls.
But I just feel like
there's no Angel Hernandez and Joe West, so as long as those two are gone, it's all good with me.
I just feel like, because I do watch a little softball, and sometimes even in that sport, it's a little different because the zone is different due to how you have to pitch a softball. But just seeing this moment is just another growth for women entering the sports world. The WNBA, how much that has grown now and gained their publicity, and now just witnessing a female umpire pretty much being like the coach of now both teams to decide each team's fate. So we'll see how that goes. But I just want to say congrats to her, and hopefully maybe this could grow over time through MLB.
Yeah, I'm wishing her the best of luck. Hope that she's a good ump.
Yeah. Also, I hope she does well, but I also hope she doesn't become another recognized name for bad calls. So, hope she does her job well. Obviously, she's not an idiot. She's an MLB umpire. She's 48 from New Jersey. But I hope the best for her. I hope she can do very well, and she can be one of the better umpires in the recent years.
Yeah,
I want to know who the first coach or player who will get ejected by her. That's what I really want to know.
That'll be interesting. Could happen this weekend.
Yes.
Could happen. Yeah. That's a lot for her. Hopefully she does well, and hopefully she doesn't get, like Jack said, get recognized as a bad ump.
Yeah.
Speaking of the Marlins, I'm always feeling so excited about that team.
Yeah, but like every time okay, I just want to say this for any sport in general, for like baseball or basketball or football. If you're a ref that becomes a known name to social media and not a great way, then you're gonna have a long career.
Yep. Like Scott Foster in the NBA, he hates the Warriors.
He's terrible.
Mark Davis also.
Yeah. No, the big ones for baseball are Joe West and Angel Hernandez. And I used to hear always one or two bad calls almost per week from that umpire. And then he actually retired like not even mid-season, like 1 or 2 seasons ago, I believe.
Yeah, in football, you don't know any of the refs' names, even though they are bad. But still.
You know their faces, you just don't know their names.
Like Gene Steratore, I will never forget what he did to my Raiders, deciding a first down by a note card.
The tuck rule?
No, when he decided the index card incident back in 2016 when he gave the Cowboys a first down because of an index card.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. That was crazy. I think I actually saw that. I think I was there when that happened.
Because we know there's been NFL female refs being part of NFL crew. Well, and I think during last season there was actually a first full female crew, I believe, reffing a game.
Yeah,
that was last season. So who knows if this becomes something, then we might get the first female umpire crew. It's just women's sports is gradually increasing, and more people are seeing more people are seeing this, and it's going to be like time. Well, hopefully, at least close enough to male sports, or at least in that way.
Do you know where she'll be? Like what position? Home plate, first base, second.
Home plate on Sunday.
Yeah, I think she's home plate. Like she's the umpire.
I think she's home plate on Sunday, and then
So that means probably third.
third or first base on Saturday. But she's home plate for Sunday.
Let's say it says in the article she's gonna work the bases, and it's a doubleheader actually on Saturday, and then Sunday, she's gonna be on the plate.
Yep.
So I feel like that's her real debut game when she's
Right.
behind the plate.
Yeah, Sunday. Yeah.
That's when the news broke out. Just for that, in general, of seeing that, it's like it because that long ago there was I don't know her name, but there was the first woman that played the sport long ago, like before there were even records of this. So, but yeah, just we wish her luck, and hopefully this becomes something special for on.
Yeah, I think it's time we talk about the main reason we are here. Football is back, baby. Starting tomorrow, we got 3 games for you. We have, of course, the Raiders taking on the Seahawks. A full weekend worth of games. The Niners will be playing on Saturday against
The Broncos.
Broncos.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drew beat it to me. Yeah, Broncos.
Both teams are going to be meeting in joint practices today and tomorrow, I believe.
Yeah, soon. Yeah.
I wonder how that's going to go because there's always fights in joint practices.
There was actually a fight today. I believe it was between the Patriots and the Commanders. They both got into a skirmish during their joint practice, and Mike Vrabel apparently was caught in the middle of it, and he was bleeding. Apparently.
Yeah,
Wow.
He was bleeding.
How do you guys feel about players fighting during joint practices?
Honestly, I don't think it's anything new. That's been going on for many, many years. It's going to keep happening even when we grow old, even when we pass away. It's going to just keep happening over and over and over again. It's just – I know fights suck, and it's not really okay to do that, and it's also a bad look for you and your team. But it's honestly just it's just inevitable, in my honest opinion. But I think they should stop with the fights and practice and show why they came to this team, and not just become a bunch of street thugs and just try to be a tough guy and fight with everyone.
Like, I just feel like maybe they should just don't do joint practices at all then.
That's the best way to evaluate.
Well, yeah, I know that's the best way to evaluate, to get it around. But I feel like if you're seeing a team long enough, I know with coaching that does affect, but it just feels like knowing you're going to see this team the regular season, knowing that you're going to see this opponent later, you already know what they are and how they do.
I don't think they do it for teams that play in the regular season just to get them ready for the preseason. So I don't think that's a conflict there. I just feel like it's competition. You're competing against who's the best, even at practice. I love it.
I love it too.
I mean, funny thing enough, there wasn't a confrontation, but something I read about the Packers, which I don't think coaches do this as often, but during Green Bay, there was a little scuffle just amongst the players. And LaFleur, he broke it up. But he told the player, I don't know what the player was, but he told him?
What was that?
Run a lap. Wow. You don't hear that often enough. And the funny thing, the reaction, when he heard that, he was like, man, I quote, said, like, man, I haven't done this since high school. Because he knows probably in high school, when he played, usually that's when you start in high schools, if they have a track on their field, it's like coaches be like, take a lap, get that, calm yourself down. And the funny, like with the Green Bay Packers, it was a team thing, like the team helped them out and just like they started running. But it was just like LaFleur doing that whole thing. It's just like you don't hear that at all. Dan Campbell, I don't know if we haven't ever seen him do that, take a little lap around Ford Field. But when I saw them, like I was laughing a little bit, and just like, wow. Well, Fleur literally just like told the guy, yeah, no, take a lap. It's like, huh? No, that's not a consequence, but it's just like as a way to help him like cool off a bit. But that was something I noticed. That was a bit funny. Why players coaches should do that.
I'm also excited, happy to report. Starting next week, we will be going through watching, or not watching, but we'll show our reactions to Hard Knocks. It started yesterday. I haven't watched the episode yet, but it is covering.
It's the Bills, right?
Yes, the Buffalo Bills. I think that should be a more interesting one because they are a playoff team. They're trying to compete with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. I think this should be
and the Ravens.
Yes.
Well,
you can also argue that the Ravens are trying to compete with them because the Bills beat the Ravens in the playoffs.
Yes, but Hard Knock should be interesting this year, and we'll be covering each episode. Again, I just have to catch up on this one, so on Monday
I'll plan to watch it. We got a comment here. Hold up.
Shout out to Juan Jones.
About the segment of the fighting. And saying that fighting has no place in the NFL and it's beyond ridiculous in preseason. Feeling angry, hit hard, make plays.
See, I agree with that also. I think that if you're feeling angry, prove it on the field. But for somebody that might not make the team, that might be their first impression.
Yeah, like all it takes is for you to get into one fight if you're a rookie and your ass is going to be off the field a second after and you never play football ever again.
Yeah.
And you blew your one shot.
But yeah, what do you guys think of these games starting tomorrow?
I'll be paying attention to all of them. I'll be watching what's the schedule for this team? Because I know obviously we know who the teams are playing. But let's see, who's up first for preseason games?
It's Colts versus Ravens.
Colts versus Ravens, okay. Let's see. Colts, I'm assuming Anthony Richardson is going to start and then probably be out the next few drives.
Yeah.
Indiana, Baltimore, yeah, that'll be good. I doubt Lamar Jackson's going to play because they're not going to risk him getting. Well, sometimes you will play your starters for like the first drive and then that's it.
I don't see him rushing in that game. I just see him throwing short passes.
Yeah, he's just going to throw. If he runs, that's an incredible risk that he should not take. See, Cincinnati, Philadelphia, and all my Eastern Standard Time folks. The first game starts at 7 p.m. for us, so that's 4 p.m. for people on the West Coast. 7:30 is the next one between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Eagles.
I don't expect them to play any of their starters.
Yeah, and then the last one is the Raiders at Seahawks.
I'm excited for this game because the Raiders will be playing their ones, a lot of their starters. So we'll get a look at how the Raiders.
Who knows? Pete Carroll might throw a challenge flag on something.
I also want to see how Ashton Jeanty does because I'm Genty, but it's going to be very interesting to see him on the Raiders. Will he be the next Josh Jacobs or will he be better? I guess we'll find out.
I feel like,
but it also matters about how they're offensive.
When the Packers draft the wide receiver in the first round, still a shocker to this day. But right now, he's the dude. We'll see, like, in the preseason, we'll get to hopefully I can catch some of his plays. But he's something special, though. I'm really excited for that.
You can actually watch that game on NFL Network, and it'll be on Saturday at
Well, it just depends. It just depends, because if it's so focused, like, here, the Raiders, so it might just focus more on the Raiders.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying on Saturday, Green Bay will be on the NFL Network. But tomorrow, well, the Raiders will also be on the NFL Network. But I mean, we'll see how the Packers do. And obviously, going for the Niners, they play at 8:30 my time.
5:30 Western time.
I hope Niners have been getting depleted right now with a bunch of their injuries, especially with the receiver core.
Yeah, that's what I'm curious. Like the Niners are so banged up. I just want to know who they're going to like throw out there, like practice squad players.
Yeah, but the main guy that they should all honestly, I think they should sign Amari Cooper as a player with veteran experience, and he could also just be a guy to show up. Or you could also trade for Terry McLaurin who's we'll get to that later. But
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how Mac Jones does for the Niners because he's definitely going to be the second guy. But I want to see how he plays versus how. Well, I mean, obviously we know Brock Purdy's going to start, but we'll see.
Honestly, I feel like with the Patriots, I don't feel like it was that bad. It's just that team, how it was, and Bill's teaching just feels like it wasn't fitting the style as now how recruiting players are, you know. So let's just see, because it's like, yeah, for the Niners especially, like when it comes to backups, that's where that's like for Purdy, he almost has to stay healthy practically the whole season, just so that it's enough to get in the playoffs, or at least have a good record. Because honestly, when it comes to that, because I know last year we were so banged up, we threw in what was it, Brian Hoyer or something like that, who was their backup. So it's just hopefully for Mac Jones, it's almost like Trey Lance, you can at least show that he's still in this NFL. You know, I know he might not get a starting job, but it's just if he's consistent enough in the preseason, it's all right, it's not the end of the world.
Something that's interesting to me is that Juwan Jennings, who's still looking for a contract, is on the injured list right now with the calf strain. I wonder if that's just a reported injury, while he's working out his new deal, holding in basically, or if the Niners should actually be concerned about him.
Yeah,
honestly, for the Niners' sake, I would use this opportunity to do a contract with him because Juwan Jennings, if depending on Brandon Ayuk's 100% healthy, Juwan Jennings is going to be arguably the number one or definitely number two guy with Debo leaving. But I hope Juwan Jennings gets a new contract. He's very reliable. He had a breakout year last year. I hope they keep him. This is honestly similar to a Jonathan Kuminga situation, which there's still no update, but yeah. I just hope he still signs.
Speaking of the Niners, I found out some sad news last week. I've just forgotten to share it. It's about longtime Raiders play-by-play commentator and current 49ers.
Ray Papa's cancer, yeah. That's tough.
Yeah, my parents.
We are wishing him well and a speedy recovery, and yeah, we hope he does well.
Yeah. And the replacement will be, excuse me, the replacement will be, his name is Guy Haberman. He'll be the replacement. So hopefully, obviously he's not going to have great of a voice as Greg Popovich, but we hope he does well.
Yes. But yeah, I think now we move to, we can talk about the big headline of this preseason, week 1, and that is Shedeur Sanders is going to be starting this Saturday. I believe the game is against
Panthers.
Against the Panthers.
Yeah, look at the Browns actually listening to my rant the other day.
I mean, and then for the Panthers, Bryce Young. I mean, another up, this might be another year of growth.
No,
I don't trust Bryce Young because, I mean, he doesn't really have the coaching staff or the receiver core to do any work. And also, he's, compared to the other quarterbacks, he's one of the smallest out there. I believe Bryce Young is.
Well, Doug Flutie had some experience.
Was him?
Didn't Doug Flutie had some NFL experience?
Well, Doug Flutie is a whole different ballgame. He was great.
Well, I'm just saying, he was probably that height. Now look what happened to him. I know he didn't. It wasn't a long career, of course, but it's I just feel like for Bryce Young, it's not be a massive growth, but I mean it's the Panthers, the franchise, the owner.
He was benched for Andy Dalton.
Yeah, he was benched for Andy Dalton, Mr. Gingers Out of Souls, man.
Yes, the Red Rifle.
But yeah, I mean, no disrespect to that, but honestly, I don't trust Bryce Young.
Well, you think he's the next Jamarcus Russell?
No, Jamarcus Russell was fat and slow.
Jesse mentioned about him being a bust, but it's yeah, I mean,
he's a bust, not the biggest bust.
Okay, I'm telling you now, Jesse, you would take Bryce Young over Jamarcus Russell any day, right?
Yes, because he shows work ethic.
Yeah,
I remember there was a time many years ago where Stephen A. Smith called Jamarcus Russell Mr. Jabba the Hutt. It's just Jamarcus Russell is arguably one of the worst draft busts in sports history.
He is the worst because the Raiders paid him so much money that he broke the contract.
Just like
I
like
just
I
feel
said the other
like
day, it's like De'Aaron Fox, Tobias Harris, Jamarcus Russell. All three of those guys are stealing money from teams. But go ahead, Amon.
well, I just feel like you guys are mentioning like coaches help players. I know it doesn't matter of like sure the height. The height's bad. Good old cornhole.
I love cornhole.
I love Carl.
I haven't played cornhole in years. I gotta play that. Whenever I get back to Cali with you guys, I definitely gotta do that again.
I mean, if Bryce Young had If Bryce Young had better coaches, then you guys would maybe change your mind about them.
I don't.
Or you just think of the team that drafted him.
I don't even think
drafted by a different team.
I think it's him at this point because look at Zach Wilson for the Jets. He was awful.
Well, he was overhyped.
And he's now back up on the Broncos to Bo Nix.
But let's just go back to Shador though. Let's go back to Shador. So yeah, he's having his start. Like you might do a whole quarter, half a quarter. He's playing
the entire first half because the only other quarterback that's active is the quarterback that they just brought in. So I think he's playing at least 3/4 of the game.
Okay, so maybe Gabriel's not yet joined.
No, because both of them.
But if Shador Sanders goes off in like the first 2 quarters, would you just rest him after and put someone else in?
Then you throw in Gabriel.
No, Gabriel's out for that game with his hamstring.
Oh, he's hurt? Okay. I didn't...
Yeah.
Well, then you put in Tyler Huntley.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I remember Tyler Huntley was a backup for a while in Baltimore to Lamar Jackson. But I hope Shador Sanders does well. I'm not sure what day the game is. I believe it's on a Friday. Yeah, it's on a Friday against the Panthers, which is at 7 o'clock.
In case people don't know, if we have any sports fans just watching and enjoying them of our stream, but the preseason does go out through even a little next week, I believe. So it's just it's like six all the way down to like at least 2 or 3 games, and then it will keep. They'll take like a day off, and then they'll just keep going.
Yeah, the preseason, the NFL preseason, it lasts for weeks. Then after that, the very last preseason games will be on August 23rd. That's the day before my birthday. But then the first real week of football, the first week of regular season, opening day, that'll be on a Thursday, and that game will be between the Dallas Cowgirls and the She-Eagles on September 4th, so we'll see how that goes.
But yeah, I think we should move into another big topic, which is trade requests. I think first we should start with Micah Parsons. You heard over the weekend that in his tweet that I don't think disrespected is the right word, but he's tired of his character being questioned because of his injuries and the silence on Jerry Jones and the front office's part in signing him to a new contract. I believe that his time in Dallas is done, and I'm just wondering what teams will trade for him. I think the Raiders would be a good team.
Or the Packers, we can make it work.
I think the Bears would be another interesting team.
They're always known for their defense.
Yes. Well, what do you guys think about this? First with Micah Parsons.
I just feel like for Micah himself, before the draft, when they had those pre-talks, and what was the team you want to go to? Dallas. And then when I heard that, I'm like, I don't know if he knows much of the owner, because I know, like, for example, CeeDee Lamb, he requested a trade, and it's just like, oh, so he gets signed. It's like, but for Micah, it's just a little bigger news because he's young, he's already setting records NFL records that we thought would never be broken, and he's still going. I mean, edge rushers, edge rushers, they're like another position that don't often last too long in NBA careers NFL careers, and it's just but for Micah, it's just usually when this happens, he gets signed, but this seems a little more different. I don't know if Jerry is just. being lazy, or he's just doing this thing where he waits the last second after the last preseason, then he signs, and then all the drama shuts down.
I think
proceeding for Dak.
I think this is beyond repair. Because again, I feel like
he's pretty much ruining his dream because he wanted to be a Cowboy.
He grew up a Cowboys fan.
He grew up a Cowboy.
He was willing to take a hometown discount just to be on this team, and they still aren't giving him a respectful contract.
Or
even before players, before Crosby, before Watt got their contracts.
It's just a bit sad. It's like almost like, even though of course teams will take him, playing a field left for the next like 10 or 15 years from now, but it's like it's almost crushing like a little boy's dream of joining a dream team. Like all four of us, if we had the skills of the people right now in the NFL, I always want to go to the Raiders, the Niners, the Packers, or just teams they wanted to help. We have a little fantasy question before we continue. Is CMC a top 3 pick? Are you guys willing to pull the trigger?
I wouldn't trust him with the top 3 pick this year. I had him last year as my first overall pick, and that did not end well. He didn't. He only played 2 games for me.
You can get him in like 4th. You could like get him a 3rd or 4th round if lucky. But
are you kidding me? God, you guys are disrespectful to Christian.
You're so overhyped with CMC, like me with Jordan Love.
No, dude. Okay.
Here comes the Niner rant.
Here comes this is what we always say. He is glass.
I'm not saying he's glass. I still think he's a great player. I just don't think.
Do we have to do a part 2 of this?
Yeah, we do. I'm ready.
Okay, on. To answer the question, he's not a top 3 pick. But saying he's a 3rd or 4th rounder.
Whoa, I never said a 3rd.
I said that.
Amon said that.
Is insane.
I
don't care how his
people will take him in the 2nd round.
But
I'm just saying, if you're lucky enough to go in.
That's like saying Jerry Rice was not good when he was playing for the Raiders. And Jerry Rice, at his age, had like over 1,500 receiving
if you got him in the 3rd or 4th round, that's just
you know what? Just for that, I'm gonna probably draft him in the top 3 if he's available. Oh my God! What?
I'm just saying.
I've known you probably for almost my entire life. Oh my God!
I'm just saying, fine.
3rd or 4th round.
Let me retract my statement.
I would say 2nd round at best. But 3rd or 4th, that's
let me retract my statement. What I was trying to say.
God, first, Jake Moody almost gives me a heart attack the other day, and now this.
You've been overhyping CMC. I'm not saying he's a I know you think I'm saying a bad player. He's not. I just feel like. Let me just retract my statement. I was just saying 3rd and 4th round would be like a steal, but I just don't know people were willing to take. Will they take the risk in the first 2, like at least the 2nd round? Someone might take them, but I'm just saying if you're lucky enough, sure, 3rd and 4th round, it might be a steal. But I'm not saying there's people nowadays are probably going to take developing players now because they would probably know the growth that's about to occur might blow up in fantasy. You know?
My God,
people always take the usuals, and usually that.
You ever heard of the phrase "high risk, high reward"? What if McCaffrey does turn out what I said he would be? Then you would be like, "Oh shit, I should have drafted him way sooner than that." I know McCaffrey got hurt in his Achilles last year, but now he's doing 1,000 times better versus how he was doing then.
We'll see.
I'm just waiting and seeing.
Okay. Before I lose my mind,
look.
Pick again.
Yeah,
before I lose my mind, let's go back to my
overrated in fantasy. I'm not going that far, but at the same time, he is risky. I'm not saying he's overrated. We got a comment here.
I like taking risks.
I know we're on our own hype team trains here on our team and players.
You're the same person that said Jordan Love's going to win Offensive Player of the Year.
Well, I just said that just to spice things up, but I feel like
whoa. We don't say things on here at Around the Base Sports to spice up. We mean what we say.
Yeah, you gotta stand by it. You gotta.
I stand. All right.
There's like a certain phrase for it. What's it called?
Stand on business.
Not stand. Well, yeah, stand on business. There you go. But
yeah.
Now going to Micah Parsons news. Okay. Jerry Jones is a complete idiot for this. Here's also the crazy story. So, according to a source in the NFL, literally yesterday, it says that Jerry Jones is, quote, not confident that Micah Parsons will play week 1. That's going to be a big problem for the Cowboys. So either you give him what he wants and trade him, or you're going to make it worse for yourself. And the thing is, the crazy part about all of this news, Micah Parsons made the trade request to Stephen Jones, who, by the way, is, I believe, Jerry Jones' son.
Yes.
I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And the crazy part is he hasn't even talked to Jerry Jones about it. And Jerry Jones is like multiple positions raffled into one. Also, I don't know what the Cowboys are doing by having that old-ass Jerry Jones, probably friends with Abraham Lincoln or something, and you're still having him in certain key positions. It makes no sense to me.
He's the owner. That's why.
Yeah, I know. I know. He's like the owner. He's the president. He's the GM. It's just insane. I would give Michael Parsons what he wants, and also I feel like Jerry. Dallas Cowboys have been a mess for decades. Let's just be real. But this is going to be a serious problem. And if Michael Parsons doesn't get what he wants, the Cowboys are going to go worse, and then you're going to have locker room issues, and then there's going to be beef between players and coaches. It's going to be a massive domino effect, and I believe Michael Parsons should definitely get traded. I don't know what team, as long as it's not teams like the Seahawks or the Rams or the Cardinals. If it's not any of those three, I don't care where he goes, or Kansas City or Philadelphia. Can't go to those two teams. If he goes to one of those two teams, I'm not watching football next year.
If he got traded to the Rams, then would you say that the Rams are winning the division? Then will you agree with me?
I'd probably surrender on a hill and say yeah. But I also heard this. I also heard that if Micah Parsons goes somehow goes to the LA Rams, Aaron Donald said he might come out of retirement.
Oh, that will be huge.
That would be just pure chaos, and I would surrender. I would honestly give a full surrender before the season even began. So, if he goes to the Raiders, though, I think that would actually be a big for the Raiders. Him and Crosby as a duo would go pretty insane. Nope. Going to the team that you hate the most, the Niners, that would never hurt either. Having him and Bosa as a duo and Fred Warner as a trio, that's a nightmare for every quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, I think that.
But yeah, those are my thoughts. I think Jerry Jones is a complete idiot.
I think if you're Micah Parsons, you just hold out, you wait, and see what happens from here. Let's move on to the second big trade topic, which is Terry McLaurin. Commanders, how could you get this so wrong after getting everything so right last year by drafting Jaden Daniels? Terry McLaurin had, I believe, 5 or 6 different quarterbacks in his career. And he stayed loyal to the team, didn't want to be traded, wanted to work with Jaden Daniels, and you finally got that right, and you're not going to reward him for that? What are you doing, Commanders? You're proving why you're the Commanders or Washington football team.
Which might actually now soon might get their name back and actually going to go back to their old stadium, just renewed. That's for another story.
Yeah,
got a little fantasy chit chat happening in the comments, but yeah, like when that Debo trade happened, it was like, okay, going to the Commanders, and it's like, oh, that's another upgrade. And you figure with McLaurin, it's like, okay, it's something. But now I wonder if that's actually affecting it.
Oh, you thought Debo was an upgrade for them? I think he's.
Well, I just thought like a good weapon for Jaden, so we all like to talk about weapons. But I just wonder if McLaurin, when he saw, I wonder if that was part of this decision. Like, why is he not getting paid? Is it because of are they worried that now the touch difference? Like, I know Debo's more for the RPOs, but we see him make big plays with the Niners. So it's like, I don't know what McLaurin's thinking and what's causing this, or at least for the franchise, the GM. We don't know what the speculations are, but you figure they should pay this guy. I mean, he just went off last year. It's like he's probably one of the best receivers. I don't know. I guess in this franchise so far, just even as the Redskins. We'll have to look. We'll have to search more about that. But it's just like, pay the guy. It's like, I don't know what's the holdup.
Yeah, possible landing spots. I think the Niners would be a good spot because they desperately need a wide receiver one.
Just
Wow.
is there a saying to that? I forgot. I don't know if there's a saying to it, but like, I don't know what's the saying. But here's a comment about it.
Terry should have been a no-brain. I think that's brainer.
No
He's
brainer.
not
No brainer.
And has been the only pro for the Commanders for the last few years. Exactly. I don't know why they are getting this so wrong and not signing him. He was your most trusted agent. You told him to trust the process, and he did. All the way to Jaden Daniels, and now you're not going to reward him for trusting the process? But yeah, I think there's a few teams that need a wide receiver. One, I think it would be pair good with Josh Allen. I think either Josh Allen, Purdy could use a huge weapon like that, a huge upgrade from what he has right now until.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know, because it's like they traded, so now they do the trade again. I don't know if there's a saying or like a veto or something. I don't know. I think there's a saying to it. But continue on.
But yeah, just what do you guys think about this? I'll start with Drew. We haven't heard much from you today, so would you like to start off on this one?
We do need a wide receiver. 49ers. I hope he. Obviously, I hope he stays with Commanders. But if he wants to be traded, we'll take him. We're down tremendously at the wide receiver spot. But yeah, I think hopefully. He was your team, tenured player last few years. So I felt like if the front is not gonna do stuff for him, like why not leave? Because if you're not getting rewarded for trusting the process, it's just take you next then.
Yeah, Jack, what do you think of this?
Well, I think the Commanders got to get it right and just give him what he wants. But this has been an ongoing issue between Terry and the Commanders for quite some time now. Actually, it's been a couple months. But I think the Niners should definitely trade for him. If anything, I think that's the team that could fit him the best because, one, he would be a major help for the Niners, and I'm sure he would feel the same way. And two, I just think it would be better for his career. But besides all that, I think they should just give him what he wants. I think he should honestly be traded. This issue and problems needs to stop. And some people are being critical of the Commanders, and some people are being critical of Terry. For example, Dan Orlovsky recently went off on Terry. I don't know the exact words, but all I know is he went off on him. But yeah, Terry should be traded. I apologize if I'm saying that, but he's not going to be happy staying on that team. Miami, they're going to win games and they're going to be a very solid team and all of that. But for his mental state, he should go somewhere else.
Yeah, I agree. I think his time is done. He's been loyal, and they haven't been loyal back. Yeah, I think that's all we got for the NFL. We're going to talk some Madden right now.
Well,
the ratings.
What about the smelly salt thing? That ban of it.
Oh, yeah. So apparently there's a report that the NFL isn't banning. I don't know much.
They're not banning. They're banning for teams to use it, but players can use it, but the teams can't provide them.
Yeah, there was a certain article earlier today about how NFL players first to say they can't use smelling salts earlier today, and one of the guys that was mostly bemoaned about it was this guy, George Kittle. He was saying he has a big issue with it because it helps him out a lot. But then hours later, it comes out that you can use smelling salts under a certain new policy. I don't exactly know what it is, but teams cannot provide it. So if you're an NFL player, you got to get that on your own. The teams can't help you with that.
I think that's interesting. I wonder if they're going to do like sponsorships with players.
Yeah, even George Kittle said he was joking about he was going to retire, but he obviously meant that jokingly. Hopefully.
Yeah. Yes. But let's move on to some Madden ratings. Amon, what you got for us?
Well, I'm trying to do a quick research about it, but how about guys? You tell me who you thinking by position on who you think's the 99s.
Josh Allen.
Correct.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Yep. There's only two. So those were the only two. So Burrow's a 97. Mahomes is actually down to a 95. Stafford, Jack, you might be mad about this. He's considered an 88 overall.
I mean, that's reasonable. That's fine. I'm not angry about that.
Ross an 87. Hurts at 86. Herbert at 86. Mayfield at 85. That's good. Daniels is already 85 X factor. His ability is already to that level, while Purdy's at 84. Love's at an 83.
Wait. Stop.
Yeah.
Did you just say Brock Purdy is an 84?
Yep. According to Madden.
So Baker Mayfield is an 85, but Brock Purdy is an 84.
Yep.
Yeah, this whoever makes these Madden ratings is obviously either the biggest Blazers or they take a bunch of time.
Gino's an 80 overall. I thought maybe more of a 78 range.
This is exactly why I stopped playing Madden, because the ratings for certain players that do deserve a higher rating or don't deserve it is absolutely insane. Brock Purdy, I would take over most quarterbacks in the NFL, except for certain ones that I wouldn't take. But also Jared Goff at 87 after he had one of the a fantastic year, and he's not even a 90.
That's almost MVP candidate.
I would take Jared Goff. I would take Jared Goff. I would take him over Matthew Stafford any day of the week.
Yes,
I really would.
Wow, Chubb's an 87.
I've never really taken Madden ratings seriously because I'm like, obviously they're
me neither.
Underrated.
Wait, here's what. Do you guys know how they do it? Actually,
no.
They take drugs.
No, it actually happened in the Raiders Hard Knocks long ago. It was interesting when I saw this. They actually
also, Mon, what's your source for finding all the ratings?
Madden itself, EA.
Oh, okay.
Madden itself. But here's what's interesting. During the Raiders one long ago, I think it was the John Gruden, they did a clip of actually Madden people going out to practice, looking at all the players and going by that statistic. And then they actually give them, like, for example, Salmon, they gave him what his rating was, like a 70, I think it was like a 72 or something. But it was just that was interesting. That was during the Madden 20 times. And it was just I don't know. Nowadays, they probably just, I don't know how they're doing it. They're probably just taking from all the other Maddens and just no. We'll switch it up a little bit, Mahomes instead of being 99 overall all the time, he's getting down to 95.
What was Brock Purdy last year? Wait, Purdy actually went down in 2020 in Madden NFL 2025. Brock Purdy was an 86 overall. So
and now he's a 90. He went up.
These men, people who do this,
I thought you said he was an 84.
Oh yeah, it was an 84. So now you're right. He went down.
Yeah, it went down by 2 points. How does that happen?
95.
No one understands a lot of them.
Vince Crosby is over here?
Do you want me to keep going, or we're already angry?
No, I'm looking at the list too. You can go ahead though. I don't know how Trent Williams is a 97 when he keeps getting hurt every damn game.
Yeah, so Barkley 99, the only 99. Henry's at 98. Gibbs at 95. McCaffrey at 94 with Robinson at 92, Mixon at 91, Josh Jacobs at a 90, and then James Cook to Taylor and Walker, they're an 88, 89 overall. Nick Chubb's an 87.
I like Chubb. I think that's a good spot for him.
Pollard's at an 86. JNT at an 83.
Who's that player that's down? That's like a WTF. Okay.
It's 9. It's T.
We'll get used to it.
Not Gene T.
Genty, Ashton.
No.
Tyreek Hill. What?
What?
How is Tyreek Hill's a 90, 94? Well, I mean, no, that's not 95. Never mind. That's reasonable.
Yeah, that's good.
What's another one that's absolute bullshit?
If you guys go based
Jonathan
on
Taylor's an 88? He should be higher.
Yeah. I stopped paying attention to Madden ratings a while ago.
God, all of these NFL, like all of these guys that do like football ratings probably have never played the game. And like I remember Charles Barkley said like a quote like this too. It's like they never played the game, they never got the girls in high school, and they just never did any type of rating right whatsoever.
It'd be funny if people actually go based on this so we know how to draft. Like Drake London's a 91. Adams is a 90. Nico Collins an 89.
Dude, it's like
Stephon's an 88. Ayuk's an 87.
It's like, oh my
Cup's
god!
an 86.
Like, okay, what defensive player are you taking over Nick Bosa?
Max Crosby.
Why?
That's just as a Raider fan.
Why? Dude, Nick Chubb has actually been the best
Garrett Wilson. I'll take Garrett Wilson.
performer in training camp. Garrett, what? Wait, what did you just say?
I'm sorry. Hang on. Sorry.
You mean Miles Garrett?
All right, Myles Garrett. I'm sorry, Myles Garrett.
I think that I will only accept Myles Garrett, and that's it. I don't know about Micah Parsons because he also gets hurt a lot, but he's a 98. If he doesn't get hurt, though, he's one of the best defensive players in football.
TJ Watt. I'll take TJ Watt over Nick Bosa.
Well, isn't he injury rattled too?
Yeah, they both are.
How is he a 96? What are they doing with these?
I don't know nowadays.
What is going on with football?
I just know now. I don't know if they still do, but when I saw that, I'm like, so that's how they've been. Is that how they've been? Not now. We don't know, but back then it was 5 years.
There was a Falcon that's a 95 overall, and he's on the Falcons.
Is that Bijan Robinson?
Someone trade. You know what? Niners trade for this guy. You need a free
on
safety.
defense. Oh, that's Bates.
Wait, what is Bijan Robinson rated?
Bijan's like a 92.
Yeah, Niners trade for that guy. He ain't gonna. He's gonna be depressed in Atlanta.
I think they're gonna have a good year, actually.
No,
Michael
Jesse
Penix.
Bates.
I mean, okay. I think Bijan Robinson is probably the best player on that team, honestly.
So you don't believe in Penix?
Besides Bates, but I don't think they're going to be a.
Yeah, because Fitz.
You know what? How many wins do they have? How many wins did they have last year? Like 6, 5?
I think they had 7.
Okay, they're gonna go less than 500. They're gonna win 8 games.
I mean, that division alone is just between those
Niners
two.
do play them, I think, this year, so Niners better not lose that
Just
game.
between those two, Tampa and Atlanta. Those are the only two that fight for that division.
I think it's Tampa's division, but I do think that Atlanta makes the playoffs with Michael Penix as their quarterback.
Why is it that division entirely is like the worst?
God, Aiden Hutchinson at 93 is pretty disrespectful.
I know, like, because Tampa Bay long ago they were called. I forget what they were called. What they had their orange jerseys. They had like the most terrible years ever. Like they were like the no-win team pretty much.
And now took over as their quarterback.
I forgot that Jair Alexander went to the Ravens. Brock Bowers is a 90. I mean, that's fair, I guess. Jesse, what do you think about that?
I think that's fair. He's a rookie. Had a great rookie season. Maybe a little higher, like a 92, since he did break the receptions record for a rookie.
Like for like in Raiders history or like NFL history?
NFL history.
Oh, okay.
He broke the rookie record for receptions.
Let's see. James Cook and A9, a little disrespectful. DeForest Buckner, shout out to him being used to be on the Niners at 88. That's fine, I guess.
I guess if you kind of think of it, I guess just a real quick talk about even fantasy in general. Like, it's almost like Madden-esque like, because it's like what they rank, you might be like, wait, how come this player is that? Yahoo, their ranking weird. ESPN, I mean,
I gotta see this.
I
gotta see this list.
But I mean, but I think that's a good time to end it for tonight. Thanks for tuning in. We'll look forward to seeing guys next week on Monday.
Oh my God, Jake Moody's a 69.
Dang.
Oh my God, and he's the star. What is okay? Yeah, go outro. Have a good night, folks. Have a good one.
Have a good night.
I'm done. This is why I stopped playing Madden.
Have a good night, people. Make sure to follow us on Instagram.
Thank you for watching Around the Base Sports. Please join us next week. Please like, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram.
And the NFL is back.
Yeah, thanks. Have a good night, folks. Don't play Madden.
Have a good night.
Bullshit.
Stay tuned on Instagram too.